All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on YouTube with your boy Drez, your boy Doug, the Compas. Thank you guys for watching the last video. Hopefully, you guys liked it. Let us know how it went. On this video, we're going a little different, and we're bringing it back to the Premier League. I know we've been on a little bit of a break with the international break and some other events happening, and I feel like we can finally watch some good soccer this weekend, and we're going to focus on two games, and they're going to be some big ones. So, hope you guys are ready for a little bit of a prediction analysis, if you want to call it that. I'm ready to go. So let's get it.
Let's do this.
Alrighty. Boy Doug, what we got first?
So, one of the first games coming back into the BPL this week is going to be Arsenal versus Tottenham. So,
Sir.
This is going to be a great game, honestly. I think both teams are in form, at least when it comes to like Premier League. Tottenham's not really moving that good in the Champions League, especially after the most recent game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's gonna be a great game. I think from the two right now, I would say Arsenal is the better team. What do you think?
Okay. Arsenal. All right. Well, like you said, good game. I'm looking at the injuries right now. I think the big one for Arsenal is Zinchenko. I don't think he'll be back for the game, or maybe he will, but maybe he won't play the full game. For Tottenham, didn't see many injuries, so if they play anything like they had that last game with Leicester, where Son, by the way, is phenomenal off the bench. Beautiful hat trick in like 17 minutes.
That's the comeback game he needed.
That's the one he needed. That was his boost, confidence boost. Hopefully they start him over Richarlison. Who knows what the coach wants to do, but I think in that game right now, Arsenal does look a little better, but Tottenham can definitely pull something through with their attack. I'm not too confident on their defense, though.
And I would say a lot of the players like Kane and even Saka, who's playing like in Arsenal,
Yeah,
they both have pretty good, decent games going against Germany this last weekend.
yeah,
So that was a great game. We all didn't watch that, Germany against 3-3, great game. But there's a lot of players that play in the Premier League that stood out from that game. So,
Mhm.
what do you think, or who do you think is gonna be the X factor in this game?
I mean, like a lot of eyes are on Jesus right now for Arsenal because he is the goal scorer. He's the guy up top, and he started off with a bang right off the beginning of the season. But a little bit more for me is Martinelli. I think Martinelli creates so many opportunities. Like, yes, Gabriel Jesus may be scoring them, and Martinelli scores too, but Martinelli creates so many opportunities for that team, and he's so elusive and quick on the ball. He's going to be the X factor for Arsenal, and for Tottenham. I don't like to feel biased, but I think Son. I think if Son takes that boost that he got last week against Leicester City, man, he can bring that into the game, and I think he can create something because he's a beast. And I think he just needed a little awakening, I guess you could say, from his slow start. Those are the two X factors, I think.
I do like the Martinelli pick. Like I think that was interesting. I wasn't taking him into consideration much. So again, there is too much focus on Gabriel Jesus. But I was thinking Saka for the same reason. I think the minutes he played with England in the last few days during international break, I think he gave England really good minutes. So I feel like he'll be bringing in that momentum coming into this weekend. Which, not gonna lie, he has been doing well in regards to playing the game. He just hasn't done the best finishing. He's reminding me a little bit like Sterling. I know I've said it before, but his finishing can definitely improve. But I think because of his dribbling and his skills, he'll definitely be an X factor in the game. In regards to the second one, though, I do agree also with Son. I think If this last game that he played in the Premier League where he got a hat trick was the one that he needed to come back into top form, then we're gonna continue seeing performances like that where he's assisting more, scoring more, and I I see him going back into the starting lineup for sure, and Richarlison going back into the bench. Or who knows? Maybe it's Kulusevski that goes into the bench, and then Richarlison and Son start because we know Kane is going to start no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Those are good picks. All right. Well, the final question for this game is, what's your prediction? We might look real stupid after this weekend.
Yeah,
We definitely got to get one.
but based on how my fantasy draft is going, like I shouldn't even be giving predictions or anything like that. But wait, who's home? I think that's important. Who's home? Hold on. I'm about to check that
True.
live right now.
Who is home? Who is home? We got. I think Arsenal's home.
Eso también me decía. So Arsenal is home.
Arsenal's home.
In that case, nah, I'm gonna go with a draw. I'm gonna go with a draw and say it's going to be 2-2.
2-2 a draw with Arsenal Tottenham. Dang, okay. Man, that's a good pick. That's a good prediction. I was split between a draw and a close win, but I think Arsenal will take it by 1 goal. I think it's gonna be 2-1.
Are you leaning towards them because they're home?
Honestly, didn't even pick it. I picked it before I even knew where they were playing.
Okay.
But I think Arsenal takes it 2-1. Their attack is a lot more, I think, in sync right now. Like I said, someone may come out and just score a bunch of goals too, but
That's true. Yeah.
But Arsenal's attack looks really good, so they can probably get 2 past them. And I think if they do get past Gabriel and Saliba, who are playing really good right now, they're center backs at Arsenal, they can score a goal. But I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal.
I do agree. The fluidity for the offense for Arsenal is better than Tottenham right now, especially with form barely getting back to form, and you can see the different playing style and having like different teammates has affected him. So that chemistry is still not there. And I'm not gonna lie, Tottenham's offense can be selfish at times. There's many moments they can pass the ball and score, but they choose to take it on their own. All of them, Richarlison, Kulusevski, Son, and even Perisic at times. They be selfish. So, but all in all, I don't think Arsenal's defense has been completely tested yet. And there's always a time usually in the season where Arsenal kind of starts going downhill for a moment, if not the entire season. So this is gonna be a good test for both. So I'm gonna stick with my 2-2. You almost changed my mind, but I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, going on to the next big game we have. I don't know if you made it any more obvious what the next game is here, but it's not only one of the good games this weekend, but one of the best games that happens during the year. It's the Manchester Derby, Manchester City, Man United, and we got a good one here. I think from the form standpoint, how they're going, Man United made a complete turnaround, by the way, after the Brentford 4-0 historical loss that we all saw. They've been on a streak right now. They're a little more in sync. They beat Arsenal, which was a big game. And Man City is a whole different team than Arsenal, by the way. So can't compare the two, but definitely was a big win against Arsenal. So they look good. Manchester United looks good, and Man City. Well, I mean, what can you say? They're looking excellent. So I don't know. What do you think?
Well, for one, you're a Man U fan, so I'm just here wearing the Man City. This is actually the one we would use playing outdoor adult soccer league. I'm Martinez over there in the Bay, in Marin. So I'm like,
Okay.
let me put it on for this video and all this parts of stuff in the back. But yeah, I think man, you had a really good game against Arsenal, but as you said, Manchester City is a completely different beast right now. The way they play is just so much better. The way they defend, it's still not their best because I think they've been having a lot of issues in defense, but
Hmm.
also the type of quality players that Man City has. You know, I think I don't know. Do you want me to get going to X factors? Who I think is going to make a big difference in these
Let's
games.
do it. What do you think is that difference maker? Who's going to be the one for each team?
The one, do I have to just choose one, or can I have more than one on each team? Because
Who do you
well,
think will make the biggest difference in the game for their team?
I'm gonna go with the boy, Kevin De Bruyne.
Of course.
And I know it's an easy pick to just say Haaland, who's gonna be out there inside the box, ready to score. But Kevin De Bruyne, he's picked up his form. I know a couple of videos ago I just mentioned that I only think he's still doing his best, but I think he's doing even better now. Back
Mm.
to assisting a lot, scoring. He just had a good break international playing for Belgium, and I think that if De Bruyne doesn't have a good game, it's hard for everybody else to perform and do really well. So I think when De Bruyne's at his best, everybody else is at his best because he's that type of player that he just makes everybody around him better.
Mm. Okay. Dang. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna have to say De Bruyne. I mean, there's a lot of players on there that are really high quality. There's a really underrated player that I really like, Bernardo Silva. He's a big player who creates a lot, and they play him central, but he likes to play on the wing, and he creates a lot from that side too. But I think overall, De Bruyne's the difference maker. I mean, he does move the team up and down the field. I mean, he's a big leader in that team, and if he's playing well that game, I don't know how Manchester United is going to be able to deconstruct that midfield or even, split it up, create a lot of pressure there because they're very well, like a well-oiled machine. They play so well together already, and that missing piece was Haaland. So now it's just getting the ball, into the attack, and they're going to be looking good. And as for Man United, I don't know how I can choose an X factor. I mean, they're all really good players. I wouldn't say they're like great, excellent players, all of them, but I think Bruno Fernandes has to perform. And I'm not the biggest fan of Bruno Fernandes, but I think Bruno, if he plays well, he'll be able to distribute to Anthony, who's came in like a wrecking ball, quoting my insiders here. But
You're gonna be making that reference, right? Comparison: Bruno Fernandes versus Kevin De Bruyne. This is the game.
there we go. I mean, it might happen. And Anthony on the wing, you got Rashford up top, and then Sancho playing really well. I didn't get to watch him in the international break, but I'm sure he probably. I don't know if he played or not, but
So
he's got a lot of outlets that he will do well with. I think Bruno has to be that key player.
you mentioned Rashford though, and I don't remember seeing him play against Germany for
No,
Europe.
I think he was injured, but he is. I think he's coming back for the game.
Yes, okay. Because I
Yeah,
was gonna say if he's coming back and he's gonna play, I think Rashford is the X factor.
I think
Uh,
Rashford. Okay.
I think he's just been that player where he's kind of consistently scoring for them and performing well. At least that's who I'd go with someone on offense. Who I would like to see on the defensive side as someone that could be not so much an underdog because he's a fantastic player, but who just make things difficult for Haaland is Varane. I think I would need to see in this game Varane be world class, like top tier, pinnacle performing Varane, and I think he's still capable of that. So it's gonna be easy against Haaland, Manchester City. No, but hey, I think that's the only way. You gotta have those type of performances. That's
Yeah,
you if you want to beat a team like Man City.
and like right now, how the league is, like all of these games, they're between the top five teams. It's Arsenal, Tottenham, first and third place, and Man City, Man U, second and fifth place. So any game counts right now. And even though Man U is down a game because they had that postponement, they got to get this win because in the long run, they might add up later and there might be something that they regret if they don't get this win.
Yeah.
So they got to pull out points in this one. And our prediction, completely unbiased opinion, and I think it's the most obvious. I think Man City wins, and I think they win comfortably 3-1.
Ooh.
I just think the way they're scoring right now with Haaland, and I don't have the most confidence in the defense of Man U. But I do think they can get a goal in there. I think they can get a goal past Man City because they're a defense that can get scored on, and I think Manchester United is capable of scoring, but Man City's gonna. I think it's gonna be 3-0, and then they'll score a late goal at the end to try to catch up. But that's my prediction: 3-1.
You remember what the score was last time?
What was the score last time?
Man City beat Man U 4-1. And I believe, to go from the one in that game, I believe that was the game where they just Man U got obliterated. Like they couldn't even get like a touch on the ball often. They couldn't get a shot on target. Is it gonna look as bad? I don't think so because I think that's gonna be in the back of their minds too. That performance really hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, that was also 4-1 without Haaland. So Man City got a lot better. Man U still Man U. So
Hurt my heart like that.
let me see. I'm gonna go 3-0 Man City fail.
Ooh, shut out.
I don't think Man U is gonna get to score. I don't know. Because right now they only score really like Sancho scoring every now and then. Anthony's coming in doing good. Rashford's the main scorer, but he's returning from an injury. Might not be his best. And
Yeah.
this is his first game against a team like Man City in the Premier League. And I mean, you got Cancelo and Walker, so it's just gonna be great battles on the wings. Speed. But
Yeah.
Mago, Man City 3-0. This is not biased, you know. This I just
Uh-huh.
think they're a better team, and yeah, come on top.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, I'm glad you guys joined us in this one. Dougie?
Oh yeah,
Anything else?
thank you everybody for all the love and support you guys have been demonstrating throughout all these videos. Make sure you guys keep liking, sharing, commenting. Let us know who you guys think is gonna win each game, and who your favorite team in the Premier League is. Until next time.
All right, guys. See ya.